Good morning, y'all. Happy weigh-in Wednesday. It's been it's been a good week. Um, I haven't been able to walk as much because I broke my toe, as I told y'all last week. So I've just barely recently been able to put on my tennis shoes. Um, but I did manage to lose 1 pound this week. My blood sugars have been running between looks like 117 was the lowest and the highest was 150. I need a new lancet. So that's pretty good. 150 was a little high, and I know why it was 150 because the day before, I decided I wanted a Dr. Pepper. And it was going to be okay. It's going to be okay. No, it wasn't okay. I didn't even drink the whole Dr. Pepper, and it wasn't okay. Oops. My little pinky's wanting to pop open. So, I strayed off the diet and had some Dr. Pepper. It probably was just like a fourth of the Dr. Pepper because I didn't drink the whole thing, but I know not to do that. You could do this 100 times, and every time you want to just, it almost hurts worse than getting a shot itself. If you do it on the side of your finger, there's not as many nerves there, and so that helps a lot. I don't know if you can see it. It's 121. Did it go away? Oh, it went away already. It was 121, so it's about better than 150. I guess I'll take that as long as we're not getting back up to the 180s because that was just not good at all. So let me get rid of my trash here. I've got a lot going on here. But I was going to tell y'all, I did attempt to make the jelly with the monk fruit again this week. It turned out pretty much the same. This is a mixed berry fruit. And if you listen, you can hear some of the sugar crystallizing when I stir it. So, and I did cook this I didn't cook it a minute, I cooked it longer. I want to say I probably cooked it 3 or 4 minutes, I want to say. I'm not too sure. But I'm going to put some on this whole wheat bagel that I have going on here. But yeah, I don't know if I need to cook it longer or if that's just the monk fruit itself, because monk fruit is so hard it just takes it longer than regular sugar to dissolve. So I was going to look into the history of monk fruit and where it comes from. I've never done that. I should do that. But it is really, really good. It turned out, even though, and it does have the seeds in it. I wished it didn't have the seeds in it, but it does. And that bagel is really good. It's it has raisins in it too, so. And I picked these particular bagels up at Dollar Tree. I think normally the bagels have 6 bagels in the package. The one at Dollar Tree, this one that I picked up only had 4, but it was still $1.25 for a package of 4 bagels, so. And it lasts me a while because I don't eat a bagel every day. It's very seldom that I do eat a bagel actually, but They're really good, and I really like them with the cream cheese and the um, fruity cream cheese is really good too. But I know it has a lot of sugar in it, so I don't I don't partake in the creamy, fruity cream cheese. But it was a good week. My son had to go out of town. He had to go on a business trip, so I did make him some muffins and stuff to take along with him, and I made also made some banana bread that I used the monk fruit in. And it turned out really really good with the banana bread, so I was pleased with that. This next week I'm gonna try. I saw a recipe and I can't remember where I saw it at, but it was a microwave cake, but it didn't have no flour in it. It had an egg, a banana, and some cocoa powder. I don't know if it had any coconut flour or um, almond flour in it. I don't remember, but I would like to try that this week and see how it tastes. I do know you can make a pancake with an egg and a banana. It still comes out quite eggy, but and also bananas are very high in sugar. It's one of the highest sugars in a fruit. I do know that. So you have to be careful with eating bananas if you have diabetes. But it was a good week, and I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog, and everybody's having a great week and staying safe. So let's see how this week went. Before we get started with the week, let me introduce myself. My name is Kathy, and on my channel, I do like to do fashion hauls and product reviews where I upload those every Friday, and I vlog on Wednesdays where you can follow along on my health journey. If any of that interests you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can be notified when I do upload a new video. And if you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. So now let's just get started. Good morning, y'all. Today is Monday, and my son is leaving on Wednesday to go out of town on a business trip. So I wanted to make him some healthy options to take with him on his trip since he is traveling, because it is hard to eat healthier when you are traveling. So we're going to make cream of wheat muffins, and I did get the recipe from the Raspberry Thriller is the one that I'm going to go buy. In it does have some flour, but then it also has some cream of wheat, so it kind of makes it more healthy-ish. And I am going to replace the sugar with the monk fruit sugar substitute. So it says I'm going to do the liquids first, and then I'll add in the flour. I've already got my oven preheating to 350 degrees because you know how I am, I'm going to forget it. And it calls for a cup or 3/4 cup of milk, and I didn't have any milk, and since my son's going to be out of town, I wasn't going to buy any milk because it'll go bad before he gets back. But I did get into my prepper pantry, and I got some of the dry milk out, and I just added like a tablespoon to the water. So I'm just gonna use it, and it just makes milk. It's just milk. So it calls for, let's see, 1 egg. I'm gonna break my egg up so I can whip it real quick. Okay, so put my milk in there. Get a fourth a cup of oil. I thought I had everything out here ready to go, but you know I didn't. That's a fourth. would suggest using real vanilla, but I don't have any real vanilla right now. I just have the imitation, so that's what we're using today. And then we're going to do the sugar next. And it calls for just a third cup of sugar. I don't know about just a third cup of sugar. I think I'm going to add a half a cup of sugar. Or monk fruit substitute, or whatever you're choosing to use. I'm going 3/4 because I did read where some people said it wasn't sweet enough, so that's why I'm going to add a little bit more sweetener to mine. Okay, so we need a tablespoon of the baking powder. I'm using a teaspoon, so I'm going to put 3. Oh wait, that's not a teaspoon, it's half a teaspoon. Here's a tablespoon. Tablespoon, yes. Tablespoon of the baking powder. Oh, it doesn't need no baking soda. Okay. I didn't need the baking soda, but... And I'm just kind of bouncing all over this recipe here because I'm doing the liquids first and then the dry ingredients. A half a teaspoon of... I'm going to use the pink Himalayan sea salt. I do pick this up at Dollar Tree. If you see it, grab it up because $1.25 is really good for pink Himalayan sea salt. So I always grab it up, and I do like to keep it in my fancy Family Dollar jar. Okay, so let's go into the flour, which is a cup of flour. Ramsey. Oh, well. I feel very protected with Ramsey. Okay. And then a cup of the cream of wheat. Mix that in there. Okay, let's see, did I get everything? Flour, cream of wheat, sugar, substitute, milk, oil, egg, vanilla, baking powder, salt, and then the berries. I'm using blueberries today, and it says to put in 2/3 cup of blueberries. I'm gonna put a cup of blueberries. I'm gonna, yeah, let's see. Let's see what that looks like. I'm might want more, I might want less. And it does say with mixed or frozen blueberries is what it says to use, so. I might go with it. That's good. I think that's good. And this isn't a big spoon, but I want to get my blueberries down to the bottom. It's getting a little difficult to stir. I'm using the baker's jar to spray my pan with. You can use whatever you like. You can use vegetable oil and dust it with some flour, or I found that coconut oil works really, really good. I'm just going to use a ice cream scooper to measure out the muffins. I don't know how many it said this recipe will make. It seems like it's quite a bit. I hope these are good. I certainly don't want to send something that doesn't taste good off with you. You're supposed to sift the dry ingredients. I didn't do that. I don't have a sifter, so we're just going to go with it. It does say to sprinkle the tops with some sugar. I don't know how it will do with the monk fruit, but we're going to go with it and hope for the best. You don't know if you don't try, right? It can't hurt anything. I have made cinnamon toast with the monk fruit. It does pretty good. It's not like regular, it doesn't, the texture's not like regular sugar, but it still tastes good. It's just a little bit more, it gets harder than regular sugar, but it still tastes the same. I don't know why I'm going over them again, but I am. I'm gonna make sure they taste good, darn it. Okay. And it says to bake for 15 to 18 minutes. I'm going to start at 15 minutes and then check over after 15 minutes. I really think about 5 more minutes. Okay, they should be done. They smell so good. Yeah. They smell so good. Okay, I'm gonna let them cool before I turn them over and pop them out. Okay, I let them cool for just a couple of minutes, that's all. And then I turn them over and pop them out. They smell so good. I hope that they are good. I did save me one, just a small one out to test and see how it tastes. I hope it's good. It's really moist. It is really moist. It smells so good. straighten it up there. Okay. I do think that it was a good thing that I did add the extra sweetener in there because they're not that sweet. They are good. Oops, I don't want to make a mess. They are really, really good. I just think it's kind of, even though they seem moist, it might just be the texture that I'm tasting. It seems like it's kind of dry. I think I'm gonna need another taste, another bite. I think I'm gonna have to try it again. I think it's just a texture. They are moist. I think it's just the texture that I'm feeling that of the cream of wheat, but they are really good. They are really, really good. I think that the sugar on top, because I used the monk fruit, you'll see it didn't really crystallize like sugar probably would have. Would have been more crystallized on top. But they're still good. Oh my goodness. I think it was just the texture at first that was throwing me off. Because you can feel the cream of wheat in it. But they are really, really delicious. The jelly, and this time, this is just a bag of frozen mixed fruit. So this is just going to be mixed fruit jelly. It has strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries in it. And I'm just letting that kind of dissolve, or not dissolve, but defrost a little bit. And then it's the same roll. I'm going to turn it up. And I'm going to go ahead and put the monk fruit in now. So that way it has more time to dissolve. Actually let it do the roiling boil for like 5 minutes. And you have to bring it up to a certain temperature. So I'm gonna let that come to a boil and then let it boil like that for probably 5 minutes. I don't know yet. This is a trial and error right here, so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the potato masher out and start gently smashing the berries, and so that way it'll be more of a smoother consistency. Okay, for some reason the recipe does calls for butter. I'm not sure why, if jelly needs butter, but butter always makes things taste good. And it calls for a full tablespoon. I'm not going to put a full tablespoon because I'm not making that much jelly. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dissolve, and it still has not come to a boil yet, but you just want to keep stirring so that way it doesn't burn on the bottom of your pan. Oh, I just read on here that the butter stops the jelly from foaming on the top of it. That's what the butter's for. But I mean, it's probably makes it taste good too. Okay. We got a rolling boil there that doesn't stop when it's stirred. So I'm going to do this for about, I'm going to say maybe 3 minutes, because 5 minutes may be too long for this little bit of a jam. And I'm going to go ahead and add in probably 1/4 a packet of the Sure Gel. I think that's probably about 1/4. And let that cook down with the fruit. Okay, my 3 minutes is up, and I'm going to go ahead and pour the jam into a bowl. And then we're just going to let it set. I'm going to let it cool off before I put the lid on. And then I'll put it in the refrigerator. So. Ramsey? And that's all I have for you this week. I'm really happy that I was able to lose a pound even though I wasn't able to walk as much. Let me know in the comments how your week has gone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be notified when I do upload a new video. And if you like this video, don't forget, please give me a thumbs up. Make it a great day and stay safe. Mwah.